It's Monday, September 29th, 2008, and the first thing I want to talk about isn't the debate, because it was just two guys just bickering back and forth at each other, and one guy saying, oh, horse shit, and the other guy being Barack Obama. But what I want to talk about is the economic bailout plan, because it doesn't really make sense to me. And I'm going to have to pull a John McCain and say, I don't fully understand the economy, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Because an economic bailout where we're using $750 billion, where we're actually having to print out some new money, and our money's not actually backed by anything like a precious metal, but I mean, it's backed by God and the hopes and dreams of Americans. Any plan that starts out like that just doesn't seem like a plan that's definitely going to work. An artist by the name of Jonathan Keats built the Atheon, which is essentially a temple to praise science. And it's a piece of art that questions, could science replace religion? And I think that even though a lot of people don't say it, science and religion are relatable, in the sense that religion, different sects believe different things. The same goes with science and theories. In both science and religion, we can't explain why so many things happen. And in both science and religion, we're asking what, when, how, why are we here? But then, of course, one of those two things is the exploration of those answers, and the other one is religion. SpaceX made history yesterday by sending up the Falcon 1 into outer space successfully. This was their fourth try, the other three failed, but this one, more importantly, worked. This is the first successful rocket launch for a private corporation, which means that you, yes, you, for the low price of $80 bajillion, can go into outer space. You gotta give big kudos to the Washington State Patrol that incorrectly arrested a firefighter for child porn. Now, it may just be me with my common sense and all, but it just seems like that's something that you would want to, verify. 100%, before you arrest someone and claim to everyone, this guy likes child porn, because he doesn't like child porn. That's a bad thing to say. One thing I've noticed is that when they're doing drug testing, they usually make a pill to, cure cancer, and then it, makes you fly. It doesn't ever make sense, but there's this new anti-obesity drug that might defend against hepatitis and AIDS. That may be, the best accidental discovery ever. That's like wondering where the peanut butter is, and then on your search for the peanut butter, falling into a pit of vagina. Really fast, I'd like to thank Ryan Reynolds for ruining my life, Ryan. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Ryan Reynolds, for marrying Scarlett Johansson. Way to ruin every wet dream I could ever have. Probably weird that I'm 22 and said wet dream, but I said it. Apparently it's a great day for fat people and fat things, because this lady was actually so big that when she contracted a flesh-eating disease, she beat it. She was that big. She was in fact so fat the disease was like, fuck this. Our Monday douchebag of the day is actually a dead douchebag of the day, and you're like, no, Phil, don't call the dead douchebags. I will, because he was a 64-year-old sex offender that snuck into a girl's room, was completely naked except for the mask he had, the gloves he had, and the knife in his hand. I just hit my elbow on something. A man snuck into a 17-year-old girl's room, she screamed, the dad came in, they had a scuffle, and then the guy died. Whether he had a heart attack or he was choked to death, I don't really care, because he's not gonna be missed by me. What really confuses me is at 64 years old, how do you have the energy to try and rape somebody? I'm 22 and I get winded going up the stairs, which is actually why on Wednesday myself and Shay Carl are gonna have a weight loss competition. That was the most awkward transition ever. Better question, why does my voice go like that? I don't know why it does that. That's a little weird. In international news, 53% of rugby players say that if booze is banned from sporting events, they're not gonna play. How much of a drunk are you that if other people can't drink, you're like, fuck playing a sport for a living? Now, I know some of you are probably wondering, what is the video contest, Phil? You've been saying it in backwards messages for 2 weeks. Well, I decided to bring back the top 10 list, and it's all up to you. So here's the way it works. I give you the challenge. This week's is worst way to break up with a significant other. You film something that you think would be the worst way to break up with a significant other. If it's over 10 seconds, we're probably not going to use it. Here's an example. Baby, it's not you, it's your sister. She has much bigger boobs, and she lets me touch them all the time. Anything that you think would be funny in any kind of way, and you mail it into the email address listed below. We'll pick the top 10 over here, and the best one will be in our number 1 spot, and you'll win an iPod Nano. One of the new ones, not one of the old ones. The new ones are so cool. But that's really all that mattered to me this Monday, September 29th, 2008. My name's Philip DeFranco, and you've just been filled in.
Sexy Phil, he's not sexy. Sexy Phil, he's that sexy.